This is Inside Badger Football with head coach Trey Shucker. Financial support for Inside Badger Football comes from Turner & Turner, attorneys at law. Blake Bell of Edward Jones Investments. The accounting firm of Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler. Welch Funeral Home. Roger Wingfield of State Farm Insurance. Southern Bancorp. Chad Kesterson with Shelter Insurance. Southwest Sporting Goods. Taylor King and Associates. Mary and Martha's Florists and Gifts. Price and Company. Doctors Rob and Gary Rucker. Eccles, Thompson and Kneebone. EasyBins.com. And Farm Bureau Insurance of Clark County. The host of Inside Badger Football is Preston Crowder.
Hello and welcome to yet another week of Inside Badger Football with head coach Trey Shucker. Coach, thanks for being with us, but it was a tough game this week as you were handed your first loss of the year, a 33-25 loss. It came all the way down to the wire against the Malvern Leopards.
Yeah, it was our first loss. Came down to the wire. Just had some uncharacteristic play from our guys. Just didn't play very well overall. There were some good plays in the game. There was some bad plays in the game. But what it came down to was turnovers, and Malvern just made plays. They played really well. So credit to those guys. They did a really good job. They had a really good game plan going in for us. And, at the end of the day, they made more plays than we did.
Yeah, and it seemed like from really the opening kickoff, the opening drive, things were just a little bit out of sync. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, and you can, whenever we go through the film, you'll be able to see it. It's just doesn't look like the same Arkadelphia team that we've been playing all year. So it's just is what it is. At the end of the day, we got to make plays to win games.
And you talk about the Malvern team. They're a really talented team, athletic team. They have a really good quarterback, as we'll see in the highlights. A couple of good running backs and a really good defensive line. So, like you said, got to give credit to them.
Yeah.
And it was a rivalry game, so you knew they were going to be up and ready to play.
Yeah, it's a rivalry game, and in a rivalry game situation, all bets are off. Whatever a team has done previous to that game goes out the window. You've got to be able to play well on the road. You got to be able to be ready to match and exceed intensity in a rivalry game. So, we'll watch it, and we were able to learn from it. It's kind of what we've been talking to our team about. This is a game for us to learn from moving on into the playoffs.
Yep, and so we're going to jump into some of those highlights from Friday night against Malvern. You guys received the opening kickoff yet again. I know you like doing that when you have a chance to get points on the board on the opening drive.
Yeah, and we want to get the ball and have our offense start fast so we can go out and get a good drive together, and we thought we had a good plan to do that. Wanted to get Buster out of the pocket early and try to get that defensive line going side to side early, but first drive, wasn't what we planned on.
Now, Jay Sean was stuffed right there. He had a really tall task, and your offensive line did as well as you get a first down here, but they were going up against a really good defensive line. Yeah,
so credit to Malvern. They've got some really good football players. They've got a really good team, and right here was just throwing late over the middle. Anytime you throw late over the middle, put yourself in a bad situation to possibly get the ball intercepted. I thought our defense played really aggressive all night. I thought we played physical football. Just came down to a few more plays made by Malvern. We're in the right situation a lot as you look and watch these plays. We're in the right situation. We just got to make a play.
So what were you guys kind of expecting a little bit from them from them offensively? I know their quarterback likes to run it a lot, but I felt like he maybe threw it a little bit better than some. From what I heard from a lot of people, he threw it a little better.
Yeah, and we knew that he could do both. He's a dual threat guy. He's very athletic. He does like to get out and run. They will run him in certain situations, but he does have a very good arm. He's a quarterback. He's not just an athlete back there playing quarterback. He's a quarterback. He likes to keep his eyes down the field and get the ball out. He's got a great arm. He's got great arm strength. He's got really good accuracy. He's only a sophomore, which is impressive, but he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league. But we got to figure out ways to get angles to him and get him on the ground and be sound in our pass game, our pass coverage.
Yeah, and when he ran it a lot the other night, it kind of seemed like when it was designed runs for him, you guys contained it a little bit better than when he was dropping back and kind of trying to roll out and scramble a little bit.
Yeah, and that was one of their game plans they had going in, and they did a great job of it.
So here we see them in the red zone, another design run for their quarterback Simmons, just trying to put the first points on the board in this game.
Yeah, and this first drive for them was, it added up to quite a bit of plays and kind of wore us down on defense, but as you can see, we're in the right situation a lot of the time. We just got to make a play. We got to wrap up, we got to tackle, and we got to get the ball carrier on the ground.
So they do score. Simmons with the touchdown run, 6-0, and you guys do block the PAT, so that keeps it a 6-0 game as you guys are getting the ball right back.
Yeah, we do a great job of, that's the second, PAT that we've blocked in 2 weeks. We've done a great job of that. Anytime, we're on the field, we don't want to give the other team the football. We don't want to let them score. Right here was just a tough throw. We weren't able to make the right throw there and gave the football back. So that was, 2 interceptions back-to-back for Buster Thomas. And, going into the game, he'd only thrown 2 interceptions all year.
Yep.
So he's done a really good job of taking care of the football, just uncharacteristic during this game.
So Malvern getting the ball right back, and this is when you really need your defense to come up big. You're already down 6-0. Haven't been down 2 possessions very much this year, so you need your defense to come up big here and get a stop.
Yeah, so right here, we were in the right spot. We had him in the backfield and just weren't able to wrap up and make the play.
And that's a great tackle right there by Trey Bledsoe, getting a hand on his jersey and then having some teammates come help him bring the receiver to the ground.
Trey Bledsoe plays with a lot of grit. Anytime he can get a hand on you, a lot of times he's going to wrap you up and get you down.
Good sack there by Antonio Hughes.
Antonio Hughes, huge play for us. Dialed up a blitz off the edge with him. He was able to run Cedric down.
So now it's first and goal for the Leopards. You guys are really needing a goal line stand after a really good pass from them. You get the first one, the first play stopped. Here comes second down, and after that, you guys are thinking, hey, if we can get 2 more of these, we can keep them from scoring.
Yeah, so our defense has played really well on the goal line all year. So anytime we're in any situation, we feel really good about it.
And this is the 4th down play as we've just entered the second quarter. A little bit of an errant throw from Simmons, and you guys come up with a much-needed goal line stand.
Yeah, so like I said, our defense has done a great job all year playing on the goal line. We worked those situations in practice, and our defense plays physical. Braden Thomas does a great job of extending the play there, going and getting a first down. Really big run by Jay-Sean Davis right here. Probably one of the biggest runs that he had of the night.
Good screen pass here. And Alex Loy, you can do a lot of things with him from the slot or from the outside, but and then the Preston DeMorrow, some of your receivers are really coming into their own as this season progresses.
Yeah, we saw Alex Loy catch a few different balls from a lot more different spots than he has in the previous games. Preston DeMorrow probably had his best game that he's had all year. Really did a great job of stretching the defense vertical.
So Buster again rolling out here in split back formation. You hand it off to Braylon Bailey, but as he's coming down from the tackle, he does fumble the football. So it's 3 turnovers early. It's really tough to win games when you turn over 3 times.
It is. It is. Anytime really that was 3 turnovers in 3 drives. It's really hard to come back from that. In a lot of situations, we were able to do it, but a lot of times it's really tough to do that. We've not fumbled the football and lost it all year. So that was, like I said, we had some uncharacteristic turnovers, and that was one of them as well. Lost our first fumble of the season.
But again, your defense comes up big. You get a 3 and out, and you guys get the ball right back. And here we see Buster trying to scramble away from some people. He does it long for an extended period of time, but then eventually gets brought down, and you have to punt. Yeah,
credit to Malvern's defensive line. They've got some really good football players on that defensive line.
So a little bit of a low punt, and now they have pretty good field position inside you guys 45. And here we say it again. We've said it a few times already, but you need your defense to come up big here in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about the offense and turn the ball over 3 times in 3 drives. Anytime that happens, we've got a great defense to where we can go back out. Our defense, a lot of them go one way. They only play defense, so it allows those guys to be able to go back on the field and not be affected as much by the turnover. They come out and they're ready to play defense.
Good run on the ground there for Malvern as they hand it off to their running back, and then a run from Simmons here. but we're about to see a really big play here from your defense coming up, and that's Kalen Jones with a huge interception going the other way.
Huge interception for us. You know, I thought he was going to take it all the way, but really good play, making a break on the ball, understanding his read. Kalen had a really great game Friday night.
So that's a huge play. It looked like Malvern was going to have another chance to score right there, but they've been in the red zone 3 times. They've only scored once, so you got to be feeling pretty good about your defense, and that you're really still only down 6-0.
Yeah, you know, just like we said, you know, a lot of times when you have 3 turnovers and 3 drives, you know, that's hard to come back from. But we've got a solid defense where we bend but don't break.
Another good catch there from Preston.
Braden Thomas really doing a great job putting together a really good drive, moving forward into the game. Came up with a big throw right there to Preston tomorrow.
And that was a great catch, diving in the end zone. PAT is good. So you guys, after everything that's happened, after 3 turnovers and Malvern going to the red zone 3 times, you guys are ahead 7-6.
Yeah, so it's all about making plays. You know, when bad things are going to happen. There's never been a perfect football game. Bad things are going to happen. You just got to be able to go back out and put another drive together and go score.
So a penalty right there pushes the Leopards back a little bit, but they do have the ball here as the first half is winding down a little bit, trying to make something happen, and that's the last play of the first half. So second half now underway. At halftime, how are you guys feeling, and what did you tell your team at halftime? Still ahead 7-6.
You know, what I was telling my guys was, you know, on defense we're playing well. You know, holding the team to 6 points in one half, that's great. You know, that's one of the top defenses in 4A. And then offensively, you know, we were hurting ourselves. You know, the only team that we feel like can beat us is ourselves. And, you know, we had 3 turnovers. Really uncharacteristic. We just wanted to go back out and play our style of football, take care of the football in the second half, and put together some really good drives and go score.
So Malvern again just driving, gets the first down right there. Simmons does with his legs. But your defense really seemed like when they handed it off on the ground, they wanted to go east and west, and your defense did a good job of flying to the football.
Yeah, we do. We'd really worked on it all week long, taking good angles to the football, making sure that we were, you know, in the right spot, getting our guys in the right spot to make a play.
So good stop there from your defense. Guys getting the ball right back, and here you have a chance to go up by 8 points and kind of extend this lead a little bit.
Yeah, and that's all we want to do. We want to get the ball moving forward, get some first downs, and keep the drive going. You know, if we could get a couple first downs, that we felt really good about scoring.
Great throw there from Buster rolling out to Alex Lloyd.
Yeah, so that was Alex Lloyd. He had a few really good catches that converted some first downs for us.
Another good play right there from Buster. And you know, in the first half, he didn't have a very good, you know, half throwing the ball, but he kind of settled down a little bit more here as we've seen him make some really good throws. There's another one right there.
Yeah, you know, that was to Alex Lloyd again. Buster did a great job getting out of the pocket, extending the play, giving our guy a chance to catch the football. Another really good throw down the field right there to Preston tomorrow. Preston tomorrow had a great game Friday night, played the ball really well.
So the PAT was no good, however. So you guys are still only up 13-7, but still, after everything, you still have a lead. You got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and you know, in this spot, we feel like we've kind of started to play the way we're wanting to play. You know, defense playing really well still. Offense put together a really good drive, went down and scored. So right now, we're feeling really good. Defense can stop them, get the ball back to us. We can go score, and you know, everything will be all right. 13-6
lead. You guys getting the ball back, and with decent field position here, but. The ball keeps rolling a little bit, but still, you know, a chance to extend the lead and make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah. So, you know, just like we talked about, really just get some first downs, keep the ball moving forward down the field, and go score.
Buster in the pocket right here. Had Tyler Pfeiffer over the middle, but a drop pass right there.
Yeah, and, you know, Kyler's done a great job for us all year. He's been solid. Hasn't really had many drops. And, you know, in that situation, we really needed him to make that play. He just didn't, and you know that's going to happen. You're going to have plays that you don't make. You just got to be able to step up, and somebody else has got to step up sometimes. Yep. And you know, he's done a great job for us all year. You know, right here was just a busted coverage. We had one of our DBs busted his assignment in the secondary, but can't do that in big games. Yep. You know, against good offenses, you know, you break your assignment. They'll hurt you.
And it seems like sometimes it's really hard for teams to drive all the way down the field on you, but when they do score, it seems like sometimes it's just that big play that gets you.
Yeah, that's right. You know, our defense does a great job of being sound, playing aggressive and physical. And those big plays that you do see, a lot of times it is just one missed assignment, and that's kind of what we talk to our guys about. We got to have all 11 on the same page. We've got to have all 11 doing their role.
Now, you threw that route with Preston Moore, that go route on the sideline. You really liked that all night. You went to it a few times.
Yeah, we really liked our matchup with it. Just based off of how they were playing us, we liked what we could do with that matchup.
Mm-hmm. Really good play there by Bledsoe Thomas rolling out, getting the first down, and then a good run after the catch for Kyler Pfeiffer right there as he's inside the 15-yard line now.
Yeah, he's done that all year. Catch the ball, Braden being able to get outside the pocket, find him, get him the ball, and him get upfield.
Another good play there by Bledsoe Thomas, and now we're going to see you hand it off right here to Ja'Shawn Davis, his first touchdown run of the night. You guys are in a better spot now, still trailing, exactly still leading now. PAT was no good, however, but still in a good spot now, having the lead.
Yeah, right here we feel really good. Our offense is moving the football, playing well. Our defense is playing well. We had that one big play that we gave up, but other than that, we were playing really well at that point.
So they're handing it off here again, and their running back was really big and strong. He was short, but big and strong, and it was tough to bring down sometimes. But you guys did a pretty good job of bringing him down for the most part.
Yeah, we like to take pride on defense for wrapping up the ball carrier, taking good angles to the football. We want to be physical. We want 11 white jerseys to the football right here.
So the ball's rolling now down as you get the ball back. Now we're in the fourth quarter here. Buster in the pocket trying to make something happen, and we see it again. There he is with his legs getting outside and making a really good play there, even though they maybe had the receivers covered a little bit, but doing some good things with his legs.
Yeah, that's one of Buster's biggest attributes. He can pull it and run it.
Here we see another deep shot to DeMore, just out of the reach, off his hands. Almost had that one. It would have been a great play if he'd have hooked up with.
Yeah, that one we really needed that one to hook up, just right off the fingertips. This is one of those just uncharacteristic plays.
Yeah.
One that we don't need to have. Unfortunately, it happened. We just got to move on and learn and keep going.
You guys almost get it back right there, but the pass is knocked to the ground, and then they make a good run after the catch right here to kind of move the ball a little bit more. Simmons making some good plays down the stretch. He
did, and right here we're in the right spot. We get an opportunity to wrap him up, and we don't. Just don't make a play, and against a good player, he will hurt you if you don't make that play, and he did. So
you guys trailing again, but again, we see another good kick return here from Latonio Hughes. He's doing a really good job on special teams returning kicks as well as on defense.
He's doing a phenomenal job. He plays corner for us. He does a great job at the corner spot. And, on special teams, he's able to show how athletic he really is.
Seeing Braylon Bailey get involved a little bit right there. Love to get everyone involved when you can, especially him, as electric as he can be.
Right. Anytime Braylon gets the ball, good things happen. You see it every week. And, he wasn't able to get the football as much as we probably would have wished, during this game. But that's just how it went for us that night.
Now we talked about DeMore running the go route. Did you want to have him? We saw it towards the second half in the fourth quarter. You had him kind of come back on a curl a little bit. Was that designed to kind of combat the coverage on the go route?
That's just part of how we design it.
Yep.
But right here, just one of those plays that we've got to make to get us in the end zone. Really good run right here by Buster Thomas.
So you guys first inside the 10-yard line for the Leopards, and another good pass there from Thomas to Loy. You guys having the lead again, now trying to go for two to extend it to a touchdown lead, but they had a really good cover right here, a really good defense for the Leopards, and you just had to throw that one away.
Yeah, they did a really good job of covering us up, and Buster still extended the play, gave us an opportunity to catch the football.
So you guys have the lead yet again. Defense comes up with some stops here. You guys got to be feeling good.
Yeah, our defense, playing aggressive. They gave up some big plays, but we're in the right spot. When you're in the right spot, you just got to go make a play.
Yeah. Late hit right there kind of moves the Leopards up a little bit, and then we see Simmons kind of take over a little bit here on the ground and through the air a little bit.
Yeah, late in the game, you can really see them rely on him to do what, move them forward. So right here, really good ball by him. You know, we're in the right spot. Our corner's in the right spot to make a play. He's took away the space from the receiver, make it uncomfortable for him. We just got to make a play on that football.
So they do go for two, trying to extend it to a 3-point game, but you guys deny him at the goal line. So you're trailing 26-25. Still feeling good. There's, you know, plenty of time left to go get a touchdown or a field goal and get the lead right back.
Yeah, you know, we're down one. Our offense still moving the football, getting touchdowns, and that's, you know, we feel good about it moving forwards. So right here, we're trying to keep the drive alive. Got an intentional grounding right there that really hurt us. Not really sure what they want us to do right there, but put us behind the sticks really far and just kind of stalled our drive out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And then you have to punt it right back to them. So they're going to have good field position here up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so gave them really good field position. There was a penalty in there that kind of pushed them back, but you know, right there is another situation where we're in a spot to make a play, and we got to have that play.
So your defense really needing to stop right here. Time's winding down. You do have a couple timeouts left, so you can stop the clock a little bit, but time's winding down, and you need your defense to come up big.
Yeah, and you know, this is a big play for us. You know, I thought our safeties played really well all night, run fit wise. Anytime they're trying to run the football, our safeties are making a play on it. There's another one. We're in the right spot. You know, I'd probably like to see us get to the receiver first before we try to make a play on the ball. But, you know, just the previous play that happened earlier in the game, he's trying to make a play on the ball and it just didn't work out for us.
So you guys do trail by 8. If they had gotten a first down right there and not scored, it would have been a lot tougher for you guys to come back. But the fact they scored still gave you a little bit of a chance. Only down 8 can go score and get the 2-point conversion and tie the game.
Yeah, so that was, you know, we were down 8. We knew that we needed to go for 2. You know, that was one of those plays right there where when we make that catch, you know, we're keep our drive alive. So right here, try to set up a screen to our running back, and it just didn't work out for us. Big play right there for the first down.
Yep. So you get a fresh set of downs, still trying to drive a little bit under 2 minutes remaining. It's crunch time.
Yeah, you know, right here it's 4th down, and we convert it. We get a penalty on the hold.
Yep.
So it's just things like that hurt ourselves. It put us back. It's 4th and a long ways now. And, you know, last play for us offensively right there, you know, we're still in a position to make a play and get a first down and just didn't. You know, that's pretty much the story of the game. It wasn't just one play. It wasn't, you know, 2 or 3. There was multiple plays on offense. There was multiple plays on defense where just played uncharacteristic football for us. You know, there's a lot that we could learn from it, and that's what we did over the weekend, what we're doing this week still. Putting together a great week of practice to start the playoffs.
Yep. And it was a close game down the stretch, and it's been a while since you guys have had a really close game, but you know, it's been since really week 1 or week 3 against Camden or Greenbrier that you've had a really close game like that. But I know you guys are still really comfortable playing in close games and feel confident in your team.
Yeah, we do, and you know, we talked about it. I think we talked about it earlier a couple weeks ago. You know, you got to win big games on the road. You know, especially, you know, to win championships, you got to win big games on the road, and you know, we just fell short.
And, you know, there's still some bright spots from this game, things you can learn. You had some guys step up, like Preston Demore had one of his better games of the year. Still some bright spots and some things you can really learn heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of really good things to take away from that game. You know, there's a lot of learning points. There's also, you know, players that are stepping up and making plays. You know, Preston Demore had a great game. You know, Kalen Jones had a really great game. Landon Kewen continued to have a really good game for us. Our defensive line was flying around. You know, Kyler Pfeiffer, you know, had a lot of touches. You know, he had a lot of catches on the game. So Braden Thomas had the most throwing yards he's thrown all year. You know, he had 276, I think, or something like that. But there's a lot of things to take away from it. And, you know, I'm still encouraged moving into the playoffs. You know, in my eyes, we're 0-0 now. It's a new season, and that's kind of what we talked about all week. It's a new season for us. We're all 0-0, and anything can happen in the playoffs.
All right, so now we're going to move into the players of the week. We didn't have any offensive, defensive, or special teams, but we do have a Badger Spirit Award. Mason Bledsoe, cameraman for you guys all year, has been a really big help to you.
He has. He's been a huge help for us. You know, he's kind of one of those guys, behind the scenes guys. He doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but he's done it, for years. He's not even in the athletic period with us. He comes and chooses to come after school and film our practice, and he does a great job. He's always a great teammate. He's always, he's always there when he needs to be there, and when the team's there, he's there.
All right, so now some scores of the week, some scores from the 7-4A, and then a score from who we're going to be playing first round of the playoffs. Joe T. Robinson defeating High School Harmony Grove 42-7. Ashdown defeating Fountain Lake 14-12. Nashville defeating Bauxite 58-23. And then Badger's opponent Star City falling to Crossit 35-21 this week. Playoffs are upcoming. We're going to have Star City, but the 7-4As has every team except for High School Harmony Grove in the playoffs. That's a testament to them, and a lot of good matchups for the 7-4A moving into the playoffs.
There really is. We talk about it all the time. The 7-4A is one of the toughest conferences in football, especially 4A, and we all believe that. Hopefully we can all win that first round and move forward and see where it goes from there.
Yep. All right, so looking at the first round, we're going to be a 5 seed from the 7-4A playing a playing game against Star City. Star City, the Bulldogs, are 4-5 on the year, 2-4 in conference. Talk a little bit about them. We know that they have athletes. The 8-4A conference down there has a lot of athletic players in that conference, and Star City's no different.
That's right. They really do. They've got some really good football players. I think they're a better team than what their record shows. I really do. I think they're a really solid football team, and I think it's going to be a really good game Friday night. Just like we talked about, anything can happen in the playoffs. It's a new season to everybody, so whatever has happened, previously to this point, is kind of thrown out the window. It's win or go home, and we've got to have a good week of practice. And they're a good football team. It's going to be a good game. Definitely,
and it helps having that game, at home. Playoffs are high intensity. It's a win or go home, like you said, and it helps to be at home at Badger Stadium for that game.
That's right, and it's always a great game whenever we're able to play at Badger Stadium. And our kids love playing at home. I love playing at home. It's going to be a great game, and I'm just thankful we're able to start the playoffs, at our place.
Yep, and it's going to be a great game. We'll have ticket information for you about that game on the Badger Athletics Facebook page and at APSD_athletics. Be sure to be on the lookout for everything Badger Athletics at those 2 sites. And we're going to have the game for you live streamed if you cannot make it at ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com/broadcast. So, Coach, thanks for being with us. Good luck this week against the Bulldogs. Hope to see you next week after another Badger victory. Go Badgers.
Thank you. Go Badgers.
Sponsors of Inside Badger Football include Chad Kesterson with Shelter Insurance, Southwest Sporting Goods, Taylor King and Associates, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts, Price and Company, Doctors Rob and Gary Rucker, Eccles, Thompson and Kneebone, Farm Bureau Insurance of Clark County, Turner and Turner, Attorneys at Law, EasyBins.com, Blake Bell of Edward Jones Investments, the accounting firm of Turner, Rogers, Manning and Plyler, Welch Funeral Home, Roger Wingfield of State Farm Insurance, and Southern Bancorp. Inside Badger Football is produced each week by Ouachita Baptist University's Rogers Department of Communication.